Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week. Oh, no, this is for the rest of 2024. You start off with this future card. It says, you have perfect clarity in a situation. Trust your inner knowingness. You have this evil eye. It says, protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. I kind of feel like I was literally just going to say, Leo, that I feel like you're about to either get something or do something that makes people jealous. And you have the Six of Wands. This person in the back of the Six of Wands is meant to look jealous, and they are jealous of this person's success. So again, I feel like that evil eye, I was literally about to say that. That's crazy. But, to me, this says that you are about to, get something that makes people jealous, or you're about to accomplish something that makes people jealous. And of course, I would just completely ignore it. We have Mars going retrograde. Sure, we'll take this card too. It wants to come out. You're about to get something that people are going to be jealous of. And, I always think the best thing to do is just ignore it. Especially, this year we have Mars going retrograde in your sign, in Leo, at the end of the year. And, again, with Mars retrograde, I would completely ignore jealous behavior or toxic people, things like that. You start with the Six of Wands, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. The Six of Wands is, of course, a success or a victory. You have the Chariot, which is a success or a victory coming in for you as well. But again, that person in the background is meant to look jealous of this person's success. But the guy who's sitting on the horse, he has earned this success. He has completed something. We have this wreath right here, which kind of looks like the wreath that's around the World card. And, the world represents an accomplishment. And you have the world right here. So you are about to accomplish something great, is what this is saying to me. You have the Chariot, and the Chariot is a victory. I feel like I've been saying to you for like weeks now that you are about to move your life in a new direction. The Chariot is leaving everything behind him behind. He is leaving everything he knows or has known, and he is moving in a new direction. These two sphinxes represent the mysteries of the universe, and they are not really attached to the Chariot. The thing that is attaching them to the Chariot is the fact that he is in alignment. He has stars right here, moons right here. The Chariot really represents as above, so below. But because he's in alignment with exactly what he wants in life, the universe brings him where he needs to go. So I would make sure that you are practicing alignment. I would make sure that you're kind of bathing in the energy of the things that you want and desire so that you can get them. And I would also make sure you're matching the energy of what you want. People always ask me, like, how do you do that? I think there's a million ways to do it, but the easiest thing to do is to adapt the habits of what you want. So if you want love, just act as if you are in love and go do the things you would do with yourself if you were in love. If you want money, same thing. Act as if you have money. It's like you can go to the store and just pretend like you have a bunch of money and say, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy that. There's a million things you can do. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, I feel like is just your energy in this reading. So I feel like you're showing up in a strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want. I do feel going this way that you are about to be presented with an adventure because the Ace of Pentacles is like something that has potential. It's a big opportunity that's coming in for you. And then you have the World. You show up right here on the World card, and the World is like an adventure, something that you're about to go experience or do. With the Six of Wands, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, really good. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. So the Nine of Pentacles says that you are focused on like gratitude and luxury in life. And, this is about creating an environment of success. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to, again, that's another great way to be in the energy of what you want, is to create an environment of success. It's like, is your house a mess? Are you setting your day up every single day so that you can be successful? Like all those things go into the Nine of Pentacles. And that's exactly what I would do with that card. With the Chariot, you have the Page of Cups here. This could be new love. There's like a little bit of love here. We go Page of Cups. You have the Six of Cups over here. So the Page, you could be being guided towards like an admirer or a new person. And, it could be a water sign. Could be any sign. Leo, it's a general reading, but there you go. With the Queen of Wands, you have two cards. Are you kidding? You have the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. There you go. So definitely could be heading towards a connection. The Four of Wands doesn't have to be marriage. It could just be a commitment. The Four of Wands is really the card of freedom as well. But if you want love, obviously this could be a very good connection. If you don't want love, the Two of Cups, and even if you do, the Two of Cups is usually you and your higher self. So you are communicating with your higher self through your dreams or your daydreams or whatever. And the Four of Wands would just be committing to the journey that your higher self is putting in front of you. So it's like if you're having dreams about a project you're working on, go and do it, because it's probably your higher self is encouraging you to do whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. So there you go. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, sorry, these cards are messed up. You have this gratitude card, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, if you practice gratitude, you get more. You have the adventure card. We literally said adventure, and we have this release card. So it could be, it's the end of a retrograde, so it's a great time to completely release the past. And I'm going to get rid of this card right here and so that you can see these two, adventure and gratitude. I think it would be a great time for you to go on a new adventure and find things to be grateful for. You have the Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil. Some of you could be removing yourself from a toxic situation. I would also be careful of anything that is toxic, like toxic people. If I don't really get like a toxic person coming into your life with that Devil. I feel it's more saying that over the years you have learned what a toxic person looks like or what toxic people look like. And the Five of Swords is saying that you have learned how to walk away and how to walk away victorious. This person here is the winner. He has won at all cost. But, again, I don't see this as a bad thing. I think you have learned how to walk away. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is what I would focus on if I were you, is like a new opportunity or something that has new potential. It doesn't matter which way we go. We go up to the World, which is an accomplishment. We go down to the Hangman, and the Hangman is kind of like enlightenment. And then we go over to the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups in the area of the good stuff could represent a gift from the universe. So I feel like you are almost being presented with a gift from the universe, and I would just take advantage of it. The thing with the Ace of Pentacles is that we have to plant that seed. We have to make it grow. You have the Devil here, and I kind of feel like this is like just negative thinking. So I would be careful of thinking that things aren't going to work, or negative thinking in business or around your finances. Especially with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, I kind of get the feeling that this could be more about your financial situation, or you could be more worried about like where your finances are going or what's happening. With the Five of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. I think you need to get away from hard work as well. I feel like I said this to you in like one of your more recent readings. I think things have been so hard for Leo for so long that you just think that everything has to be hard work, but that's not true. So I think that, if you're thinking like, I'm going to do this project, I'm going to work really hard on it, I would focus more on efficiency. And I feel like I've said that to you before as well. But the Ten of Wands is like carrying too many burdens. And I definitely feel that Leo is carrying too much garbage from, other people. So I would release the burdens that really don't belong to you, especially if you have burdens that belong to other people. I would give those burdens back. With the the Ace of Pentacles, it's a 7. You have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about putting up boundaries and protecting something. I kind of feel that whatever this Ace of Pentacles opportunity is definitely something you're not going to want to miss out on, and I feel like it's something that you are definitely going to want to protect at all cost. So again, if you get like a new job offer, I would make sure that you really nurture it. If you get a new love offer, I would make sure that you really take care of it. I feel like it's going to be obviously good as well. That's the other thing I will say. It's like, to me, tarot is just like energy that you can work with. So you could meet 100 people between now and the end of the year. They're not all going to be good. So again, if you're like dating, for example, I think there's going to be a person that is obviously good. Like you can just tell that they are a good person, and that is the person I would pick, obviously, with the Seven of Wands. For others, I feel like you're just going to meet a new person, and it's just going to be obviously good, and so I would protect it from like external influences, other people, all that other good stuff as well. With the Devil, you have the Queen of Wands again, so we have repeating cards here. Repeating cards kind of are confirmation for the message, and I would say that this is you kind of protecting yourself from the toxic thinking or negative thinking, stinking thinking, whatever you want to call it. I would make sure that you're thinking more positively and not getting too wrapped up in the negative. One other thing before we move on that I will say is that the Queen of Wands has that sunflower right there, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So she is focused on moving towards love, joy, happiness, all the good feelings. And I would make sure that you're, again, kind of like keeping your vibration high here. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this wizard card. It says, use your skills to aid others. You have this water card. It says, emotions are at their peak. Yes, we're entering into a very emotional time. I don't necessarily think that it's going to get better either. One thing I will say is that we have, Neptune will be moving into Aries in at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. And Neptune in Aries is like cult-like thinking. So if you think that people are, crazy with their beliefs right now, it's probably not going to get necessarily better. I don't think bad things are going to happen. I just think that Neptune and Aries, I literally feel we will probably see new cults, or we could see like certain cults being exposed during that time, and things like that. But on a personal level, it kind of says, like, don't get carried away with your emotions. Make sure you're kind of keeping your emotions in balance. And I think everybody needs to work on this right now. So, it doesn't really surprise me. You have the World, the Fool, and the Hangman. The World is like some sort of accomplishment or an achievement. Again, Six of Wands, Chariot. This card, major achievement coming in for you. The World also can kind of represent things coming full circle. So you could be understanding now, like, why you had to learn certain lessons, or why things had to work out the way that they have in your life. And by understanding that, you're able to create more success in the future. You have the Fool. The Fool is definitely some sort of risk that you have to take. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to branch out. I always get this like message for you, Leo, where it's like you're not, let's say you have a business, it's like you're not changing the business. I think the message for you is branching out. Like maybe right now you have a business where you only work with like dentists. It's like maybe you're going to work with like all sorts of doctors. That's what I mean by branching out. It's like you're taking what you do and you're actually making it less specific, which normally I would recommend against doing that. But for whatever reason, for you, I feel like branching out is going to be the thing that really makes you successful. I don't think that a lot of you are necessarily changing your job or your career or your business. Again, it's more of a upgrade. It's more of a, you're doing something different with it. I wish I had a better advice, but I don't. I didn't sleep very well last night. There was a crazy thunderstorm last night, right? And I woke up, but I was like kind of still half asleep, and I was like, is someone breaking into my house right now? Like there's like this banging going on, but I was also too tired to worry about it. So, I didn't even wake up to check if someone was breaking my house. I just like slept through it. But I woke up, and I was like in this weird state, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So sorry for the confusion, and sorry that I don't have better advice for you. But, if you ever want to break in my house, just don't wake me up. Or like that's the secret, right? And what I would say here with the Fool is that I feel like there is some sort of risk of branching out to something new. This could also be in love for you as well, Leo. It's like you could be branching out and like dating a different type of person, or you could be looking for a different type of person as well. You have the Hangman. The Hangman says that you have, you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need. I truly feel that for you, Leo. I think a lot of you Leos are kind of like undervaluing or underestimating just how much you know about like whatever it is that you do. So I think your knowledge could be extremely valuable, and this could help you like get a new job, or start new businesses, or start new ideas. And I would definitely get on that, whatever it is. With the World, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords says don't rush and take your time. I do feel that some of you maybe want things to happen sooner than they are, but again, I would just take your time, right? I also do feel like, by the way, if you're attracting love into your life, I do feel it could move forward very quickly. With the Fool, you have the Knight of Wands. We have all these adventure cards going on here. I think it would be an amazing time for you to experiment, explore, adventure. All those things would be good for you. With the Hangman, you have the Ten of Swords. Yes, it's time to get off the pole, is what this is saying. It's like you've been in Hangman mode for a very long period of time. And now this is the time where the rubber meets the road, and you need to go adventure and explore. It's like it's time to stop like learning, and it's time to start putting things into action. So I feel like the Ten of Swords is just saying that you are ending a period of being in hangman mode, or a period of like not making movement, or a period of not being sure what actions to take, and you're stepping into a period where you do know what actions to take, or you are taking action. You have this Moon's Reflection card. It says accept responsibility. And you have this Moon in Detriment. It says cut your losses. So this is coming up in the good stuff. If you are cutting your losses on something, clearly it would be a good thing. The funny thing is that during the Mercury retrograde readings that I did, a lot of people kind of had similar energy to this about cutting your losses on something and starting something new. But if you're doing that, I think clearly it's coming up in the good stuff. It will be a good thing. You have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. There's definitely something coming in that you are going to want to not only commit to, but also protect. So I think that for a lot of you, this could be a really good connection. And I feel like the Seven of Wands is saying, like, set healthy boundaries, with the people in your life so they don't ruin something good. It's like I've heard so many stories over the years of, like, people who are like, oh, my best friend told me to break up with this guy and I broke up with him and now I regret it. Same thing for the men as well. I've heard men say exactly the same thing. Oh, my buddies, got me to break up with this girl and I totally regret it. I shouldn't have listened to them. I'm like, too freaking bad. It's like, why are you inviting other people into your bedroom? I feel like I just said this to you. Didn't I say this in your last reading? I'm pretty sure I said, like, if I were dating a person, I do not take any advice from anyone that I wouldn't invite into the bedroom with me, right? It's like, do you invite other people into your bedroom with you and your partner when you're doing the dirty deeds, right? Probably not. So why should you let other people? Some people are into letting people watch. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm not here to judge, right? But what I would say is, unless you're inviting them into the bedroom with you, you shouldn't be listening to a word they say. So I would be very careful, especially, it's like I have nothing against divorced people, but I would be very careful if, like, I've heard stories before where, like, a person has just gotten divorced, like your friend, and then they get you to, like, get a divorce and, like, weird stuff like that. I would be very careful of that, because again, we need to understand where people are coming from. Especially, if you have a friend that just got out of a bad relationship, it's like maybe they're just hating on your relationship because they don't want to be miserable alone. Misery loves company, and I am definitely getting that energy here on the Seven of Wands. Same thing goes with business or work. It's like, how many people have told me, I started my first business when I was 16 years old and cleaning fish tanks, right? And I've had many businesses since. Some of them I still have, some of them I don't, but whatever. And, what I would say is that I've had so many people that tell me, like, oh, that doesn't work. But I magically get it to work, right? So it's like, don't listen to people that have no clue what they're talking about. The most business advice I get comes from people that don't have businesses, right? It's like they love giving advice, people who have no clue what they're talking about. So Seven of Wands, I feel like, is saying put those boundaries up against people who have no freaking clue what they're talking about. You have the Six of Cups here. Again, this could be what you're trying to protect, something very childlike, playful, fun, enjoyable, something that you love. So I feel for a lot of you, that there could be something that you're going to love that's coming in for you, and you need to protect it at all cost. You have the Ten of Wands. I like this. I feel like you're coming to the end of a long journey, and I feel you are getting the rewards from your long journey. The Ten of Wands, personally, I think the Ten of Wands is a good card no matter what. I know some people don't agree with that, but he is almost at his home. He is carrying his harvest. He's about to put down his harvest. How can that be a bad thing? Here, you can't make this up either. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. So definitely you are going to love whatever this is, whether it's love or otherwise, doesn't really matter. But the Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, and so I feel there could be a lot of happiness coming in here. With the Six of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Yes, definitely trust your intuition. I say it all the time. I think every Leo I know is super intuitive. My brother, he could care less about tarot and intuition and everything like that, right? But he, like, says things to me that happen. Like, not even, like, he's not doing this from a psychic place, right? He'll just say stuff about, like, whatever, and then it will happen later. So, and he's a Leo, by the way. So, it's like, I think Leos are the most underrated, intuitives in the zodiac. So listen to your intuition. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Fool. Yes, definitely time for a risk. Going this way right here. It's funny that you have the Fool twice and the Ten of Wands twice in this diagonal. So, I think it's time for you to take a risk. I kind of wonder if you're about to take a risk on something that you think is going to be a lot of work, but it actually isn't, And that's maybe what you should be looking for. This is, kind of coming off the top of my head here. I'm wondering if you should be looking for things that are just easier to work with. You have the Flattery card. Yes, I like this card. These two people are looking away from each other. These two people are looking towards each other. So you could be attracting a very good connection where you really see eye to eye with a person. You have this egotism card. I would be careful of ego this year. Again, Mars retrograde at the end of the year. I think Mars retrograde years are really bad for people who have a big ego. So, I would just avoid anyone who has a big ego. Next, you have this harmony card. You are definitely trying to create more peace and harmony. 10 of Wands twice in your reading would definitely be you trying to put down the burdens of other people or just burdens that you have to deal with, and you're trying to protect yourself from that. Next, you have this risk card. Definitely time to take a risk. Fool twice. The Fool twice says it's definitely time to take a risk in your life. And it could be any risk. You have this fulfillment card. Interesting, this is a Sagittarius card, and you have the World, you have the Knight of Wands, Chariot, Six of Wands. You have all these cards of going on an adventure. You have the Adventure card I forgot about. So there could be like a very fulfilling adventure that you are going on, or maybe you need to go on an adventure to get something you desire. Like maybe you have to travel, or maybe you're going to have to move, or maybe you're just going to have to learn something new. Learning something new is an adventure. So whatever adventure you're going on is clearly going to lead to a lot of fulfillment. But this looks amazing, Leo. As always, love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your year.